Welcome once again. We have returned, going deeper than ever down the endless spiral tunnel. What awaits at the end is unknown, but what matters is to ride along the way. And maybe for some people, it's already been a little bit bumpy. Let's flatten that out as we continue with some very interesting comments. First of all, Sharon, crying, laughing, all kinds of emotions expressed, saying, I am lost for words, but I have to admit I have a confession to make after that ASMR. My box witnessed some things this afternoon, and in my defense, it's not my fault. Oh, Sharon, I'm sure you say that quite a lot. I think I know what's going on. Sharon says, so it overheated, and I don't think I didn't see that little camera you installed to keep an eye on my box to make sure it's running okay. So again, my box is not just damp, but wet. The real question is, how many people's boxes are wet? Because the more wet, the more risk of flooding. See, Tuesday, Amy, now you know why I need my box fixing so much. And Mr. Raff, at the end, don't think I don't know why liquid jumped into the air. You love looking after my box. I apologize for what you saw in the camera. I got carried away listening. It was like my box was telling me what to do. Very, very naughty afternoon. Well, Sharon, it sounds like you've had quite a busy day, maybe even a busy week. Your spreadsheets, your client list pending, whilst you attend pressing matters close by. Exactly how it should be. But this is very, very interesting. When we talk about cameras, we are not talking about basic ones. We're referring to high-end 4K, 60 frames per second. And there was a lot of data and research conducted. There'll be more to come. And Sharon, don't adjust the camera. Don't be picking it up and guiding it down the cavities. Not yet. As for Tuesday, where are their cameras pointing outside upon the porch to make sure there are no dodgy deliveries? See, this is the thing when it comes to Tuesday, and I want you to listen very carefully, Sharon. Tuesday wanted fast track delivery, instant fixing. By having cameras outside, she can monitor how fast one comes and how fast one lasts, in and out at the gate. And if the timing isn't quite right, Tuesday will make that very clear, running on a very tight schedule. Aside from that, what you see here seems a little mysterious, but behind that mask and the layers is me, Warlike Raff. This was taken some years ago, before I came across Sharon, and as you can clearly see by the tip of my fingers, grasping onto a small box-like shape wrapped in black tape with unusual patterns, symbols on the sides. Maybe I didn't know then, but I do know now that I am the keeper, the creator, the fixer, the cleaner of all boxes within the kingdom and the outer galaxies. Just maybe the box which I held on to was yours, Sharon, way back then. Or could it be Tuesdays? Maybe even Vanessa Salazar. Yeah? Or Rebecca. There are many names. A list full, complete. I guess this was just a little taste of what was to come. And the boxes since have developed greatly in many ways and in size. As we move along, Mousetrap. I'm very familiar with this individual. A long-time viewer, credit to them. They say, I know it's Friday night, but how many drinks have you had? At best, a bottle and a half of flavoured still water. That is enough to quench one's thirst. As for Sharon, she says, more important, what flavour? Think very carefully before you answer, because if you answer wrong, I will have to consider changing the box fixer. Sharon, be careful what you say. You may change the box fixer, but you will not get rid of the presents. Where else will you find another box fixer that has giant hands to be able to grasp and understand the complexity of yourself? Who will be there to carry the spreadsheets? Who will be there to help fix the tables, the legs? Who will be able to reach on top of the bookshelf where your box remains? Who will help you, Sharon, when you get stuck? When you're stuck, you can't move. You're compromised. You need help. But who will be there? So, Sharon, whilst you can question my taste, you think yourself. And when it comes to the flavours, I like many. Whether that be lemon, maybe even apple, a little bit of mango, elderflower, forest fruits, strawberry. You know, one thing I have not tried, unfortunately, are some melons. I think that would be the next step. Don't you think, Sharon? Very interesting. We need to move forwards. Joy Scott, another interesting individual. It's obviously French Fashion Week. Raf models and new headwear. For now, headwear. Tomorrow could be completely different. When it comes to Sharon, she lives at the Fashion Week, high-end photography. As for Vanessa Salazar, on stage, working the microphone, testing. Gary says, what bank are you robbing? The only thing I'm robbing is people's hearts and people's focus. Yes, at the end of the day, there are many around trying to drain me, trying to empty me. Give and take. Now, in terms of the French Fashion Week, I'm sure Miriam is somewhere. Does that say Miriam? Let's move on. Sharon says, please, use that mask when you fix my box next, I'm begging you. Is that so? You want me to wear the black mask? A mask which constricts my breathing, making me breathless, making it harder? You want me to wear the shades as well, when breathing, creating condensation, blinding my vision, completely vulnerable, unable to do anything? Is that what you want, Sharon? Is that what you want? I don't think that's fair for me, is it? No, 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 no. And what you need to understand, Sharon, whilst I can simply put the mask on, just think how Miriam would feel. Poor Miriam. She has a mask herself if she wants to borrow it. But there are only so many that I have in my possession. Vanessa Salazar said she wanted me to wear one too. The Lucha Libre mask. The mask which I wore in the very beginning video of 50 Shades way back then. Is it making a return? Who knows? But Sharon, you're not exactly specific, are you? You do not say which mask you want. I do have some others. Please elaborate. As for Divine, oh yeah. Do you want a mask as well? Moving on. Now, Lindy makes an appearance. A new individual. Are they now on the list? Who knows? They say, Raph, you are scaring me. You into freaky? Lol, show us your muscles. Is that a request? Or is that a demand? Excuse me. You're demanding me to take action. Is that so, Lindy? You are getting a hold of the reins? What am I going to do about that? First of all, I am not freaky. I am certainly not a freak. You know why? Because we have freaks 9 days out of the week. And when it comes to me, I am not a freak, but more so a beast. The evolution of warlike Raph. For those confused by what's on screen, these are the architects of myself. The DNA within and externally with time. Some of these features seen on YouTube as a custom emoji. Whether it be the front, back or sides, they all approve of the individuals present amongst us. Whether that be the angels from afar or nearby. And serve this as a lesson. That crab dealer, Joey, you're challenging me. You say you have claws. You're asking what colour do I want them to be? Well, I gave you an answer, but I did not give you a challenge. To mount yourself, to climb up the tower, the never-ending spire, the width, the depth. Are you able to climb your way to the top, upon the back, the mountain top? That could prove quite a challenge, Joey the crab dealer. Take that into consideration. And for those that want to strangle me, how could you think that? I'm sure Sharon made a reference at some point. But once again, let me make this very clear. I have a rather thick neck even 2 hands may not be enough. So what I propose, if anyone tries to ambush me, you best do it as a group effort. Then you may stand more chance of success. Whilst the watcher, the observer from afar, handles all the boxes with a firm grip, at times when things heat up, you can see things start to pop. The veins, the vascularity. It happens to us all. Moving on. Divine makes a return. Divine, point die, divine, point I. Love, when you say my name. Boomerang. Exactly. And we need to make a few more references to divine, not acknowledged enough, but that will be adjusted right now. We have Safia saying divine is great, but divine so much better. See, Safia has good taste. She knows what works best. But how would you prefer the name? Safia or Safia? Now, for those that didn't know, divine has some of the pointiest tips in the West. They could poke your eyes out. So if you go near to divine, make sure you're wearing some safety glasses. Believe me. And by the sides and the edges curved perfectly in place. They can be quite serrated and sharp. If you are to handle divine's cards, the tarot cards, you best be careful because she has a fine grip on them. You see Sharai shuffling those cards very quick with efficiency and technique. Her hands smooth, gliding the cards around like a magic trick, flicking them, slapping them, and slamming them down with certainty and confidence. What I want to know, divine, what's ahead in the future? What will happen to all these boxes? What will happen to the angels? Will they descend or rise higher to the top? So for anyone that wants to test divine's cards, be careful. The house always wins, and Sharai is living in one, along with a kangaroo. Now, Sharon needed more time. You will have to up your game. I sought after a few requests. I was innocent before you got your mucky mitts on my box. Sharon! They are not mucky mitts. They are very clean. Excuse me. Now, you on the other hand, Sharon, you need to get those oven mitts on right now because those oven top muffins are about to burst in the oven. For those that didn't know, Sharon has a great pair of muffins, but if left too long, they will go hard and could crumble. So you best keep an eye on them, Sharon. Keep them close to you, just like how you keep your box on you as well. Okay? Is anyone going for a taste test of the muffins? I don't know. But I've heard that they're oozing with flavour and they're very juicy, which is rather unusual. I guess, in other words, that they're pretty moist. But when you get a hold of that muffin and you bite the top off, it could leak. How do you stop it? Well, that's the same question Sharon has been asking for many years. Maybe we'll get to the bottom of it. But right now, we'll need to do some more research. And Sharon do not put that camera into the oven. It will corrupt the files like how it's corrupted my mind. See, this is the thing. It doesn't matter what object you use. It can have its uses. And I saw Miriam, the magician, recently made a wand disappear. I'm still wondering where it went. And now, Sharon. Ooh, yes, Raph. I have red or black ones. Any ideas on colour of undergarments? Maybe black to match my box? First and foremost, for those that are confused, Sharon is referring to gloves. Rubber gloves, maybe even latex, but hopefully it doesn't tear. As for the colours, Sharon, you talk about red gloves. Yeah, right. Are they naturally red, or did they turn red, just like your hands? And to suggest the colour of undergarments. Who said anything about wearing them in the first place? Shh. Safia steps on in. This is the only ASMR where I haven't said what the F and kept scrolling. So it appears to be another happy, satisfied customer. Safia goes as far to say Warlight Ref is unlocking our minds and opening the floodgates. Shh. Ooh, Safia, you naughty individual telling me to shush. I will keep quiet when I want to, unless you make me. Are you going to follow up on that? We will see. In terms of unlocking our minds, the floodgates, is it honestly true? Of course. This is what I've had to deal with in recent time. Sharon Nash has become the next Niagara Falls. If you go deep sea diving, you better know your breathing techniques or you will struggle greatly, just like how I have. I was ambushed in a wet by drive-through. I don't even know if that's a thing, but it is now. People splashing their water upon me, trying to bless me. Vanessa Salazar, I wonder where you are, gliding so high upon the sky like a star, glowing so radiant, reflecting upon your face. The smooth surface reflects in the silky tone of your voice, simply opening your mouth and even making great use of that microphone in front. I hope you see this, Vanessa. I don't know if the floodgates will open, but if so, brace yourself. The slightly alarming factor was one person's floodgates became another person's misfortune when the water itself was a little too cold. Tuesday, oh, Amy Hosepipe, however one says your name, you need to turn the hot water on just a little bit. We don't want any chills. Moving on. Joy, oh my God, I'm finished. Already, Joy? You didn't last that long. Come on, try again. There's always next time. I'm finished, Sharon. The new book by Raph, 50 Shades of Sharon, 100 Shades of Raph. Oh my goodness, why has Sharon been halved in numbers? I thought we were all equal as one, bound together, the ties and the chains throughout time. Maybe things have changed. Joy, looking forward to tonight and the next chapter of Sharon and Raph. I'd rather prefer my name before Sharon's, but that's just because I'm a petty bitch. But that's irrelevant. The second chapter has arrived. But Joy, are you here to receive? Sharon says, Oh, Joyce, I can't stop laughing. I am such a harlot with a doggy Wi-Fi box. Well, we need to up our game now. You know what I like? What Sharon says? She challenges me to do better, but she does that herself too. She can't stop laughing. Well, just make sure you breathe, Sharon. You don't want to pass out or be knocked out, just like that medication. Something tells me, Sharon, that medication isn't quite what it seems. I think the reason why you've been knocked out, going into a deep, deep sleep, is all those excessive exercises you've been doing, stationary. Yeah? I think you've dehydrated yourself just a little too bit much. But don't worry, I'm sure I can fill you up. See, this is the thing. All these people around need items fixing, and then Sharon's taking medication? Really? Did we say that was from Dr. Raff's prescription order? I don't think so, Sharon. I think you need to listen to the doctor a little bit closer. Yeah? Because I have my own medicine which I can hand out, but it depends if people are willing to swallow it. Okay? 1 to 2 tablespoons. No, 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 no. What is being used instead is a wok. I heard Vanessa Salazar has many utensils and items tucked away in the drawers. The wok, as big as it is, will be enough to serve the liquid. 1 per person. If there's any leftovers, they can be shared about. But as said, my flavoured water comes in many ways, with no added sugar, and great value as well. You buy one, you get one free. How kind am I? Now, I think it's a little unfair for Sharon to call herself a harlot. I think she's more than that in worth, value, and presence. But I am slightly perplexed by her Wi-Fi box, calling it doggy. Sharon, what are you trying to do in this moment? You're transforming into a dog? You're trying to make me growl or bark? My throat is closing up and getting very dry as we speak. Now Tuesday, said Sharon may well be in the doghouse. It appears that could be true, as she admits it herself with her doggy Wi-Fi. Sharon, oh Sharon, do you want the leash attached to you? Sharon, do you want to go for walkies? Yeah? Okay. Can you please get down? Good. And speaking of Tuesday, Raph, we want more like this. Well, Amy, that's exactly what you're going to get. But how many people secretly need it? Sharon responds Tuesday. I'm this poor, innocent woman with a totally dodgy box. Oh, you're shape-shifting from a dog to a dodgy box? My, so much to comprehend. Raph will have to do better himself next time, as long as you're on hand in case he ties me up again. You saw how red my hand was that time. Sharon, how long will these charades go on for? Do we need to get Shirai in to do a card reading session to reveal the truth that your hands were red from the moment you laid eyes upon this channel? I think so. I think so. Saying that I will have to do better. Sharon, I think you're the one that needs to do better. You keep falling off to sleep. You need to keep your eyes and other things wide open so you can be more awake, be more alert and at attention. Got it? Yes? Good. And as I said, before the cuffs, they were red and Sharon says, lies, lies, lies. I don't think so, Sharon. It's okay. It makes me think that your box may hold many other secrets which have not been revealed just yet. Joy says, Sharon, I'm going to purposely, accidentally do something with my Wi-Fi to get on the list. Joy, your previous comments have already rendered you upon that list. You don't need to worry at all. But do not purposely harm your box. My healing abilities can only do so much at once. And as the list expands, the energy drops just a little bit. But I hope your Wi-Fi is doing just fine. Hopefully none of your rabbits, hamsters nibble through the cables. That would be very unfortunate. It would mean, Joy, I'd have to use your back door, because your front door is clearly locked up. Unfortunate. And go round the back and check for loose cables. I might even have to pull them out and pop some new ones back in. That's quite a lengthy job. Are you willing to take that? Sharon, moaning again, continuously. Ooh, Joyce, my box is still bruised from Raf's extremely big strap. Really? It's good to know. It's good to know that my big strap has lasting impressions and imprints people. That's good. As a reminder of the job complete. You see, many tradespeople will come by and charge you, may even give you certificates of authentication. I don't need to do that. One tap and the mark will be printed upon your body like ink on the skin. Very close to the surface level. But the thing what Sharon has not acknowledged, she was bruised from within too. Now, how did that happen? I believe it's because Sharon has been doing too much yoga, making her very flexible and a little bit awkward to reach. Dodging about like the Matrix, trying to dodge and weave and bob my whips. Sharon, you're making it more of a challenge. Is it worth it? You're going to tire yourself out. You need to lay your head upon the soft pillow of purity. And upon waking up the next day, you will be energized. And then you can go back to taking high-end photos of yourself. See, Sharon, maybe you should do a collaboration with Vanessa Salazar. I heard Vanessa used to be a model, and to be honest, should still be one. It's obvious they're a model. They're the definition of perfection. But Sharon, before getting jealous, maybe you line up as well. Collaboration. Paris Fashion Week. What the fuck is going on? I don't even know. But you know what Rebecca seems to know? She says, I'm scared but intrigued with the comments. They look promising. Oh my God, I'm listening to this in traffic. This is a very unique situation, as some will lay upon their bed and in small, tight-knit rooms listening to the audio. Rebecca is branching out into the wild, opening up in the presence of the public, but locked within the vehicle, listening to audio which anyone else around may not be able to hear, which is probably a good thing. You see, whilst Rebecca is tucked away in the crowd of traffic, unsure as to when it's going to move, heavily stuck, what's going to help her get through it? How will time pass by quick? Well, sometimes you don't want time to go by quick, do you? You want to enjoy the experience, but how could you when here? I guess when the audio is playing, that should be enough. You know, there was times and moments where Rebecca had her hand firmly gripped upon the shaft, clutching in anticipation, ready to shift gears onto a new level, to reach new heights, to feel the density and vibrations throughout the vehicle. Rebecca got to the point where her vehicle climaxed and stalled. What a shame. But nevertheless, Rebecca didn't let that affect her. She got the key, she inserted it into that tight little hole, twisted and turned to make sure the engine was ready to run. And as that audio was coming towards an end, so was Rebecca, her foot pressing down on the accelerator as the engine revved and roared, making loud sounds all about, and yet no one around outside would ever know what Rebecca was feeling at the time. And when it was time to move, when the lights went green, her hand glued to the shaft, unable to move, frozen in time, taking it all in. And then upon realizing that Vanessa Salazar was beeping and honking her horn because she was the home girl behind, yeah, you got that right, girl. Many people, busy places need to be where. And yet Rebecca just couldn't move. But eventually broke out of the trance and was able to continue her day. So for those that use this audio in certain places, use with great care and responsibility. You know, there was a time where there was a group of people commenting on my videos, appearing to be males, which is very disappointing in my eyes, saying that they would watch my videos whilst on the toilet. I truly hope that they were using both their hands to hold the phone, and that was all. Because if not, a mass cleansing would be needed, wouldn't it? Anyway, Rebecca, I hope you are focused. I hope you are hydrated. Now joy, 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 jumping for joy, and much more. You keep leaving many comments and you've got quite a few things to say. Yes, I can imagine it's a big one, that strap, and it is loaded. It doesn't just fire once, it doesn't fire twice. It's a quad-barrel shotgun, yeah? How the hell can a whip be a shotgun? Well, you see how many heads it's got, and then you will know. Because 4 heads are better than 1, and they still perform as they should do. Now, do we have enough people present to tame those heads? I hope so. Sharon, though, says, oh my God, Joyce, you should see what he does behind the scenes. X rated. Is that so? I can't even remember myself. That is very intriguing. Now, what has Sharon done behind the scenes? That would be interesting to know, wouldn't it? Do share, Sharon. Do open up. As for Vanessa, please marry me. Shh. Hola, me llamo Jorge Raf. ¿Dónde está? Vivo en Inglaterra con mi familia. Tengo una casa y 2 plantas. Mi plantas dos. Recording this video right now. Es muy caliente y bonita. Is that enough? And as for the marry, Vanessa, look down upon your hand. Reach for your finger. What's that? Is that a diamond? How did that appear? Who knows? The thing with Vanessa, with a diamond necklace wrapped around one's neck. They say people can be a diamond in the rough. No. Vanessa is just simply a diamond. Purity. And much more. It's hard to express oneself. Oh, Vanessa. Vanessa Kennedy. Mr. Kennedy. Please get down. Sorry. I think I'm channeling some inner spirits from elsewhere, of a different time period. Apologies, Vanessa. Now, the question is, Vanessa, do you have any items that need fixing? Let me know in the comment section. Divine. There we go. Sharon, that blew my phone up. Did it really? Now what else, Sharon, has been blown? What else? Now as for Sharai, I'm sure there's a couple of didgeridoos laying about somewhere. Tuesday, he's full of surprises. I think his appointment schedule is about to be completely booked up for the rest of the year. And Sharon says, I think so. You think so? Come on, be honest. You know. This was all planned along, wasn't it? By a group of individuals. Let's fill up Raf's schedule. Let's make sure his calendar, there's never a dry day. I know exactly why this is happening. Me and my big mouth, and that's not meant in a dodgy way. I talk in my videos, and I say I have stamina, but the local horse is jealous. And that's and these people have taken it upon themselves to try and reduce their energy. I don't need to buckle myself up. It's going to get very, very busy, isn't it? Now, how many more items and what type of things will need to be fixed next? I wonder. So much to do, so little time. And what do we have here? We have a very handy, kink-resistant hose pipe. What's that doing here, exactly? I don't know, Sharon, but I will return back to you in just a second. As for Tuesday, I think she knows. Amy Hozembe Bray Hose. I don't know how to say your name. My tongue is in such a tangle. Can you please unknot me? It's a little bit restrictive. Let's call her Amy Hosepipe. Has developed a very handy kink resistance. Why does it need to be kink resistance though? To make it more of a challenge with a PermaFit connection, adjustable for all sizes, with a firm suction grip to make sure there is no leakage. It secures. There is no tightening. It withstands high water pressure. I think that's what's needed, isn't it? With all these bloody people about like a fucking waterfall. Yes, we need this to be attached, and it should fix everything. Most importantly, it's light duty, reinforced, UV treated, and it's tap ready. So you just tap on it and it will squirt. But how long is it guaranteed? 5 years. I'm a little bit disappointed. Amy. Yes, Amy, I'm talking to you right now, so listen closely. 5 years of guarantee is just not good enough, and I'm sure the other home girls would agree. You may need to adjust that to about 20 years guarantee. I think that would be satisfactory. As for your length, 15 meters. Okay, I'm sure that will do. But the more I think about it, I'm sure someone here and there is their eyes rolling to the back of their head. Sharon Nash. Nasher the Smasher. See, Sharon is disappointed. 15 meters is just not long enough. Well, we can't please everyone, can we? And I think Vanessa didn't want kink resistance tree. She wanted it cranked straight to the max at number 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. £47, but I'll tell you something, Amy. Are you really the one to have created this? Come on, Amy. Come on, Amy. You don't need to be quiet. Because when I look down below, that handy, tight connection hose pipe is from Australia. And we know what that means, don't we? Sharai. Oh, Sharai. You look at me right now. I don't need to talk in an Australian accent because I know you can hear me very clearly right now. You got an Australian hose pipe, and yet you don't have a boomerang the same size. We've got to do something about that. Now, can you fit a boomerang through a hose pipe? That would be interesting, wouldn't it? But I've heard, Sharai, that your pointed tips are waterproof. That when you engage with water, it trickles down. It hits the tips as it overhangs a great ledge, and it drips down onto the ground. Sharai, what the fuck are you doing, mate, with those cards in the shower? Are you doing card tarot readings as you have a wash? Has that ever been done before? Maybe that's a new niche. But what I will say is, in a non-dodgy way, the way you handle your cards, is it the same way you handle your crystal ball or two? Very impressed. Moving on. I'm sorry, Sharon, to keep you waiting. Saying to Tuesday, hi, lovely. How are you? I'm sorry, Sharon. Oh my God. Are you seriously ignoring me? You're asking Amy how she is, but not me. Wow, I'm a little bit disappointed. Anyway, hay fever medication knocked me out. So frustrated. We'll have to watch from the beginning. Don't worry, Sharon. The videos aren't going anywhere. Just like you aren't. You are not leaving that bed until you are done. There are many tasks at hand that need to be completed and deadlines. You may be in a bit of a stranglehold, but that's what happens when you engage with multiple clients at once. I'm sure the notifications are ringing left, right, and centre. Fill out the pie charts, the bar charts, the personal trainer schedule. Wow, very successful. I have no clue how you manage it, Sharon. But to say that your medication is knocking you out, it is not the medication, is it? It's the exercise. I understand. Don't worry. And I have started watching 50 Shades now. I reckon we could pitch to Netflix. Sharon, you want to pitch to Netflix the same way you peg those tent pegs into the ground? I'm sure that would work. Now, I ought to be a little bit worried. If Sharon is gaining more experience than me with these shades, these videos, how am I supposed to compete? I need to watch my back, or Sharon may be standing right behind me, whether I like it or not. But just as a heads up, for anyone wondering, when it comes to 50 Shades of Grey, not me, but the original, the film itself, the books, I have never once read or watched any of the films. I have no clue what's within the contents. Some people may find that very hard to believe, but it is what it is. It's just the truth. Sharon says, Raph, you started it. My box has started demanding things. You have spoilt it. So your box has become high maintenance then, is that Sam? That when your box is fed, it says, can I have some more, sir? Is that Sam? When will your stomach be full? When will you be truly satisfied, Sharon? Surely you're not always hungry, are you? It looks like we've reached the end. Oh no. Another chapter closes, and yet the lights get darker by the second. What will we see next? What shall happen? Time will tell. But humans and key people all around, feel free to leave your comments, your requests, ideas, and reviews. They can come in great use in the future, as you all know. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye for now.